Tribalism is intense loyalty to a group, social, ethnic, or political, creating unity inside said tribe, and suspicion or hatred towards anyone deemed the other, therefore anyone outside of the tribe. And in Dungeons and Dragons, no culture shows this more clearly than the Drow or the Dark Elves. But here's the question. If your tribe hurts you, why do you actually stay? As you all know, people look for belonging. We want safety, we want identity, we want to know who we are. But what happens when that place that gives you the belonging is also the place that cages you? Because when I look at the Drow, I can't stop wondering, why would anyone worship a goddess like Lolth? Lolth is the Spider Queen, a demon goddess of chaos, ambition, and betrayal. The Regina George of the Elven Pantheon, if you will. But she wasn't always this way. Once she was Arashni. I would hope I pronounced that correctly, except for Lolth can go F herself. She was the consort to Corellon, the god and progenitor of the elves and their deities. And then something happened. The myths vary, but long story short, she betrayed him and she fell from grace, and the elves who followed her became the Drow. And from that moment onwards, their civilization reorganised around one command: serve Lolth or suffer. Drow society absolutely fascinates me because it runs on a permanent sense of siege, where outsiders are enemies, other elves are traitors, and even the neighbouring houses of the great cities are rivals waiting to pounce on each other in a moment of weakness. They tell themselves they are superior because only the Drow can endure this and no others can. Only they are strong enough to survive Lolth's twisted love. And that belief, it performs a kind of magic. It transforms the fear into pride. They are the battered spouse with the unloving partner in this situation. So why would anyone choose to follow Lolth? This is the uncomfortable truth that many Drow just will never understand. Lolth is monstrous. She encourages betrayal, ritual cruelty, and religious terror. Even violence against her own people. In Baldur's Gate 3, you meet the leader of Shar's temple. I won't say who, but she's a character from previous Baldur's Gate games. She fled Menzoberranzan, which is a dark elven city, because she refused to murder a child for a baby. It wasn't out of a sense of good, she just saw no purpose in this and she questioned it, and because of that, Lolth threw everything she could at this woman. That is what Lolth wants. So again we ask, why stay loyal? Because real control rarely needs chains. For this, I wanted to look at Dr. Stephen Hassan's BITE model. It's a framework for understanding how cults maintain power. And BITE stands for behavioural control, so the Drow's physical world keeps them contained. They live in the Underdark. They have their own traditions, and even the sun causes them agony. Drizzt Do'Urden is one of the great heroes of D&D, and he is a Drow, and even after living many years on the surface, the actual light of the sun can hurt his eyes. So, and he's a good guy, so the Drow themselves hate the light. Information control. The priestesses and matron mothers define what the truth is and write history the way it is. So, if I'm correct, a lot of the Drow don't know the truth of Lolth and why they were exiled. Even her own gods are that in her pantheon are under their control. I believe her grandson was once, let's just say he opposed her, and now he, through her control of the information going into his brain and warping it, He's now one of her most devout followers, which takes you into thought control, because she literally altered the thoughts of her grandson. And she does that to all her people. From childhood onwards, everything that is not Drow is treated as wrong. And finally, emotional control. The fear of punishment, fear of exile, fear of being nothing. Drizzt Do'Urden, again I spoke of him, one of the great heroes of the D&D world. Icewind Dale games, I think he features in those, if I remember correctly. The Crystal Shard trilogy and his Origin trilogy, very good series of books. Suggest checking them out. When he left Menzoberranzan, which is the capital of the Dark Elves, Lolth did not accept this. And bear in mind, she hates men. But the fact that one male defied her, she threw everything at him at one point. And again, the leader of Shar's cult in Baldur's Gate 3, she was hunted by Lolth for years. I'm guessing thanks to Shar she survived it, and I would love to do a video on her someday. So if you have any Viconia fans, there I used her name, please comment below and we'll do a Viconia video on her psychology, because it's fascinating. So the most terrifying part of all this, by the way, is Lolth doesn't have to micromanage any of it. The behaviour control, the information control, the thought control, or the emotional control. Her followers compete for approval. They punish doubt in each other. They reinforce the bars of their own cage. This is crab theory. They pull each other down. At the start of the first part of the Origin trilogy for Drizzt, it starts with a minor house attacking a stronger house so they can rise up the ranks. Lolth wants that. The Drow could probably conquer the world if it wasn't for the fact that they're too busy fighting each other. That is the only, ray of sunshine, we'll say, in this scenario. When losing, the tribe feels worse than suffering inside of it. This system sustains itself. In a very real sense, it becomes a species-wide form of Stockholm Syndrome, where devotion isn't just obedience, it's survival. Many Drow develop a twisted, almost affectionate loyalty to Lolth, because loving the source of your suffering is sometimes safer than admitting you're trapped. And if anyone else, like myself, has been in a relationship, whether it be a family, friend, or loved one that's been abusive, you'll understand this. Sometimes it's really difficult to pull away, even though this is the thing that hurts you most. This is how a civilization becomes trapped. Not because nobody recognizes the horror, but because leaving would mean losing your family, identity, status, history, or home. Belonging is powerful, even when it poisons you. And as I said, when someone leaves, the entire family is punished. So think like North Korea. You hear about someone being punished, and it's not just them. It's 3 generations of their family. Lolth makes that look tame. When Drizzt Do'Urden left, his family is wiped out. His brother is turned into a monster, and his sister is driven mad with a sense of righteous revenge, because she blames Drizzt, even though again he's the good guy. But that's what Lolth does to you. Going back through D&D lore made me realize how completely the Drow are shaped to serve something that harms them. And it made me look at us, just humans in general. What ideals did we inherit without choosing them? What loyalties feel natural because they were taught early? If we question them, what might we lose? I ask this because I went through a crisis of faith a while back, and it was a very slow drip. It wasn't peel back the curtain. And something I believed my entire life, I don't believe anymore. And that was pure cognitive dissonance. It actually was very upsetting to me, and to this day I'm still processing it. It's been a couple of years now, and I'm not ready to talk about that just yet. But I want you all to think, what have you been taught your whole life that maybe in the past couple of years you've realised is a complete lie, and it took you this long to even just process that, even if maybe you knew it the whole time? I'm just curious, so please comment below. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. I'm just curious, what culture or race would you like to see me dive into next? Because probably right now it's going to be tiefling or half-orc or halfling. Or, I'm working all 3 scripts right now. And if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe. It really will help the channel grow. I'll see you all next time. Because once again, I'm Dave, and this is the Congruent Chronicler. Bye.